What's your relationship been like with Dwane Casey as you approach your first training camp practice?
I think me and him, we talked a ton. He's come and seen me work out a ton. Obviously, I'm a lot older than when I first met Stan Van Gundy, so I can communicate better with him than I was able to do with Stan. We were talking weekly in the summertime, and now I see him every day. I think it's great. I really enjoy him.
Talked about having players get outside their box. That's one thing Andre said.
Mm-hmm.
How has he talked about how you're going to be used that might be different than years past?
What was that? I don't think that'd be smart of me to say out loud, right? I just let people figure it out themselves, like other teams and stuff like that. But I will say, I think he's going to let all of us, as a group and collectively, play to our strengths a little more than we have before.
Andre says this team seems the closest that it's been in a while. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I do. I always thought we had. I never thought we had bad people here. I've always thought we were really close, but I think we're the right type of close now. I think you see situations in practice and things like that where guys are able to coach each other, and that type of respect. That's what real closeness is. That's what real teams do. It's not about being close off the court. It's about being close when it counts. When it counts, when you're down 4 with a minute to go, being able to get on someone when they made a mistake and them not take it personal. That's the type of stuff that we needed. That I think we're getting in place now.
It sounds like Sean and DJ and Jordan and those guys were out west a lot with you guys, just working on player development, as Dwane says, has been a big focus this summer. Is that new to you in terms of having the coaching staff be around as much as it sounds like they were, or is that pretty?
Yeah, I mean, I give credit where credit's due. That wasn't in place before. Yeah. JD and all those guys, they worked their butt off with us, and I know BJ was driving from LA to Santa Barbara daily to come work me out and stuff like that. And that type of stuff doesn't a player like, we notice that type of stuff, how much people care about it and stuff like that, and they really care. They really want us to do better. And yeah, they're out there because they care. They're out there because they wanted it. As soon as they got the job, JD was already in LA and we started working out the next day. So it was fun. I had a good time.
How big a year is this for you in terms of kind of casting off the bad thoughts or bad experiences you've had in the past couple of years and establishing a new Stanley?
I think every year is big for me. I don't think that there's one year that will trump the other years. Talking about in point in time and place, I think it's like Tom says. I'm tired of hearing the word potential. I'm tired of hearing those type of words, and I think in that sense of things, it's huge. But there's no year shines over another year. Every time you go on the court, it's serious. I try to put forth the best effort I can every time I go on the court, not just this year, not just last year, not just next year. It's every year is important.
You had that couple-week span, I think it was around the trade deadline last year, where at times you were the best player on the floor. You talk about potential and things like that. What is holding you back from being that more consistently over an entire season?
I think it was. I think that's on me. Being consistent and doing it every day. That's what makes professionals. And I thought about it a long time this summer, and I talked to people, and I thought my approach could be better. And that's what I did this summer. I started this summer, just changed my habits: eating, sleeping, working out, stuff like that, communication, things like that, just to make it a better situation pertaining to me being a better player to help our team. And I think now that I have more consistent things that I do better, I think I'll be able to be more consistent on the court. And being professional is not just playing basketball; it's how you live your life in general. So I think I'm living my life a little better now. I think that'll help me keep that consistent play for longer.
Talking to a couple of your teammates, they mentioned that talking about how Dwane is open to playing unconventional lineups together. They played 3-point guards together some in Toronto last year. And a few have mentioned that they would anticipate seeing you at the 5 in some lineups.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the way Dwane throws lineups out like that, that are kind of like geared to take advantage of matchups, will better play to your strengths?
1,000%.
How different?
Can you elaborate?
Oh, so, I mean, I got drafted. Part of the reason I got drafted is versatility. So I mean, being able to be versatile and playing different lineups. I think I'm strong enough to cover some fives, especially the fives that other coaches decide to play nowadays. And I think I can do it. I have a belief in myself that I can do it. I've been doing my due diligence and trying to learn how to cover pick and rolls like Andre does. And I think I'm prepared for it. Nothing that would surprise me. I'm just prepared to go out there and play basketball at the highest level. And whether I'm playing the 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, it doesn't really change my mentality on things at all.
You talk about all the sort of changes you made, habit-wise, whatever, eating, etc. How different are you now physically, and how different do you feel physically after that?
I'm more confident. I'm more confident in my process of just as a basketball player, and for me, as these guys know, I feel like I'm a pretty confident guy. So then I just got more confident.
Physically, though, I mean, in terms of like weight-wise, what I mean, different.
I just feel like I'm more in shape. I'm in better shape. I feel like I can play the whole game hard, and that's why I just wanted to push myself to be better, to be like more in shape than I was. If I thought I tried to push myself to be better than that. So I don't know, like the games that you have to do on the course, so the games have to start, but I feel like I'm prepared. I'm prepared. There's not a way to put it.
Casey said you couldn't miss a three-pointer last week in team workouts or the voluntary workouts that you were doing. Do you think that's the key to unlocking a lot more of your game, to be able to drive and pull up and do a lot of other things, is improving that three-point percentage?
I think that would definitely help. I think it's a premium to be able to shoot the ball. So I think that's why I spent the lion's share of my workouts is shooting threes and making threes. So yeah, if I can shoot the three, if I can shoot the three better, then yeah, it's gonna make my job a lot easier.
Now that you've been in the league for a while and seasoned and kind of understand how things work, is there anything if you could go back and tell like rookie Stanley one thing just remember as you enter the league? Is there anything that sticks out to you?
Yeah, I know, that's a tough one.
If anything that you maybe learned something this summer that you wish you maybe would have known when you first came in or the previous year.
Yeah, I mean, I can make a list of things I wish I could have told myself to help myself out a little more. But I mean, if anything I could tell myself is just have fun, enjoy your job, man. You gotta understand how lucky you are to be in the situation you are, and really take pride in being in that position and value and take care of it. And treat every day like it's your last day, and go out there and try to kill, try to get at it. And if I could tell myself that, that's what I would tell myself.
Your time is up with. You've been in the league long enough to where you're eligible for a contract extension. We know players always say that's not really on my mind. I gotta do the right things. But is it something that's in the back of your mind? I guess you think about when you look at the stage you're at in your career.
No.
Talk about the closeness of the team and the coaching yourselves as a group. You notice that the competition level in off season when you guys are meeting in Vegas and everything is up a little bit. That you're able to maybe play harder and bring it a little bit more against each other because of that closeness.
Yeah, I think guys are able to express themselves a little more, and it's not like you just were hooping. It's basketball. So I think I think Casey wants that competitive environment, and we want it too. So I think a lot of guys are older than we were before, so we understand like kind of what's going to take and what it feels like to be when the lights are on and stuff like that. So we try to go in there and waste any time. If we're gonna go out there and compete, we're gonna play hard. We're not trying to hurt each other, obviously, but we're gonna play really, really hard. And the optional workouts have been really competitive. In training camp, I think will be even more competitive.
I'm sure you're aware of the discrepancy between the way that the team played last year with Reggie Jackson and without Reggie Jackson. And obviously this year he's not coming into camp at 100%. Was there a time during the offseason that you guys talked about ways to maybe mitigate the damage if he's unable to be 100% on the court?
There's nothing that Reggie's told me or any of us that gives us a reason why he won't be playing the first game of the season. So there's no point in worrying about not playing without him because we don't expect to play without him. So our starting point guard, I think he's going to be on the court.
Are you excited that the league lifted the shoe restrictions?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
Anything planned? You got them ready?
I mean, I got a lot of shoes. I got a lot of shoes. So I kind of just, yeah, these look good today, or these look good today.
Right.
At least I don't have to worry about getting a fine in my locker if I'm wearing, some gray shoes, some yellow shoes, or something.
So what
There's no plan at all. Oh, sorry.
So what?
You said to wear team colors? Is that the rule?
Yeah, and then how does it work? I mean, it used to be Colin would bring my other pair of shoes out when I was doing too bad. I mean, there's like a couple of games where I started in warm-ups, and I guess there's some reflective stuff in my shoes that was above the league law or whatever. Yeah, so they made me take it off. I mean, now we're not worried about that anymore. So
There's like about 30 or 40 pair, around your locker. Is that like there's no rhyme or reason? You just pick a random pair?
60 pair this year. now we got these no shoe policies, 60 pairs of shoes.
How good can this team be this year?
Really good. Really good.
Why?
Why? I think we're gonna play extremely hard. I think we have a crazy belief in ourselves and in one another. I think our coaching staff has a belief in us as well. I think there's not many teams that you can say there's two bona fide all-stars on, and I think those teams are the top level teams in the NBA. So with that, if we do our job and we have everything that we have with the talent and the coaches and the people that care about us, I think we put ourselves in a position to be one of the better teams in the NBA. And how the playoffs work is that you go in the playoffs, you have to beat the team. You have to beat a team one by one. So I think we can go in a playoff series and beat teams one by one. We'll knock them down like that.
Do you believe LeBron's in the West?
I don't. Still have to play again. I mean, you can't run from no one here. You can't run from no one in here. But I'm not really. I like playing against them. It was fun. 4 times a year. Nothing better than that, right?
You're already the team's one of, if not the best defender. You talked about trying to add to your game every single year. What did you try to do this offseason to take your defense even to another level?
Get in extreme great shape. Just get in extreme great shape. Be able to do it for longer, play harder for longer. And then obviously, I work with P3, so I mean, they have their things that they think I can get better at and that I did get better at. So, I mean, I feel better on the court moving, stuff like that, but I mean, defense is about how much you want to stop someone. Like, how much do you really want to stop someone? And I want to stop people. So, I think I'll be okay.
There's a new medical staff and training staff. And I think Ed said that there was just something they wanted to revisit and revamp a lot of that stuff. With the injuries that you've had, do you feel like there was something maybe that wasn't done, or do you feel comfortable with this new staff and things that you've done and just the training and the things that they've done with you so far, that there's a difference there?
Yeah. I think there's been some added support. I mean, people. I mean, our bosses, they really pay attention. Like they get better. Like they add more stuff for us to use and stay on the court. And I think I work with Trent. You guys know Trent Solo. I'm sorry, I mispronounced his name. He's really more involved in stuff now, especially with me. The communication that P3 and with us, and now we have an understanding of kind of how I work a little bit. Arnie as well. I've been feeling pretty good, probably the best I felt through a off season, and then now it's just making sure we get it in every day and do what we got to do to stay on the court.
Had you heard about Arnie before? He's legendary about his treatments and.
Yeah, I heard he's legendary. Yeah, I heard about him before, but it's the man, the myth, the legend. So the chance to meet him was a little different.